Remember when Bibi said this?
If you take away the Soviet Union and its chief proxy, the PLO, international terrorism would collapse. If you take out Saddam's regime, I guarantee you that it will have enormous positive reverberations on the region. Obviously, we like to see a regime change, at least I would, in Iran, just as I would like to see in Iraq. The question now is a practical question. What is the best place to proceed? It's not a question of whether Iraq's regime should be taken out.
So he just wants regime change left, right and centre. If you take out Saddam, I assure you, I guarantee you, it will have enormous reverberations. He's getting what he wants, apparently. The Islamic Republic of Iran is on its last legs and is about to be removed after nearly 50 years in power, or what, 46 years? How long is it? 1979. But let's go back in time. Why is there an Islamic Republic of Iran? In the 1950s, Iran had a democratically elected prime minister, Dr. Mossadegh, and he nationalized the oil. The Western powers wanted rid of him. Britain wanted him out, so they accused him of being a communist, and they got the US to oust him. And the Shah was put in place, the brutal dictator, the Shah, the Pahlavi dynasty. And a lot of the opponents of the Iranian regime, a lot of the Iranians living in exile, they kind of hark back to a time when the Shah was in power, as if Iran was some kind of wonderful utopia at that time. The guy was a brutal dictator. His Savak secret police, who trained with the Mossad, would capture and torture political prisoners. So very often, when you've got a certain sect in power or a certain regime, the people living in exile will tell you how terrible it is, but the people living in the country, or some of the people living in the country, will be more positive about it. We saw the same thing with when Bashar al-Assad was in power in Syria until very recently. Syrians living outside the country who'd left because they'd been persecuted by him are very eager to see the back of him at all costs, apparently. But inside Syria, especially among the minority communities, you had people that supported Bashar al-Assad, but he's gone now. So I guess we better move on. But so many examples like that. Cuba, when Fidel Castro was in power, popular inside the country, very unpopular in Miami, where a lot of the Cuban exiles who were from the richer sections of society in Cuba that didn't want to live under communism because the wealth was being distributed. And I sense it's a similar section of society, some of the very well-to-do people that left Iran when the Islamic Revolution happened in 1979. They even live in some of the areas that these rich Cubans would have left. But look, I have sympathy with anyone who was persecuted in their country, whether they were rich or poor, and felt that they had to flee. I myself am the son of parents who felt that their part of the world was not safe to bring up a child. So I've always felt that sympathy. But what is happening now, and the people that are cheerleading for the regime change, with the short-sightedness of, anything to get rid of the Islamic Republic, anything to replace them, not considering maybe we could go out of the frying pan into the fire. If you violently remove one dictatorship, very often you will just end up with another one. And I've been debating it with people. I've got a lot of friends who are Iranian expats or exiles, and they would be critical of the government. But what are you going to risk losing just to remove a tyrant, if that's what you call them? And for all the bad that they've done, and maybe they've done many bad things, are they not being punished for the few good things that they've done? Which governments, who in power, stood up and said anything while the genocide was happening? Very few. And those governments are being targeted now. So we're on the verge of World War III, or have we already got there? When do you consider that the war has started? They've preemptively struck Tehran. If you are an Iranian, how can you cheer for that? These are your people. These are your blood, aren't they? Whether you agree with them politically or not, is that not your land? Are you not sad to see it set on fire, or is it just anything to get rid of the leaders? They've already started posting propaganda, trying to mislead you into thinking people in Iran were cheering for the bombs that are raining down on their own country. I saw some video, and then someone put the community note underneath, and it tells you this is from 2019 or something. It always happens. There's always disinformation around times like this. There's equally, on the other side, there was a clip shown from Israel, supposedly showing Jewish Israelis forbidding Thai nationals from entering an air raid shelter, trying to show that Israelis are racist when it comes to protecting people from the bombs. I'm sure a lot of that goes on. We know already that the Iron Dome that Israel have, this defense mechanism against missiles, it neglects Arab towns inside Israel, inside the 1948 Green Line. We know that goes on, but we don't need to exaggerate it and start lying. Truth is the first casualty of war, isn't it? So let's see what happens in the next few days. But please, don't be a cheerleader for war. Don't be that short-sighted that you just want to risk World War III to get rid of a government that you don't agree with. Regimes come and go, don't they? And the Shah that was put in power and ousted in 1979, his son is still around and claiming to be the rightful ruler of the country. And he's saying that the Islamic Republic's days are numbered. I wouldn't like to put a number on it. Regimes come and go. Every regime will come and go. But why risk nuclear war just to get rid of one dictatorship? I don't think it's worth it.